In the end, there will be no one left. We are no longer innocent. We are lost from this world. From home. We no longer believe in such things. We only believe in war.
Hello everyone, Chaos Fan here. Hope everyone's having a fantastic day. And how about that trailer that the DICE department dropped for this brand new Battlefield 1 Apocalypse DLC? Definitely fitting of the title of these maps look. So they dropped 5 new maps. 3 in Conquest, 2 of them being Conquest Assault, and the other 2 maps are set in Aerial Assault, which are only for aircraft. There is no infantry gameplay on those. But let's start off with the 3 infantry maps. Passchendaele is the first map that I'm going to take a look at because it's in the Conquest game mode, not Conquest Assault, so it's different from the other 2. But this map is set in 1917 in northern Belgium during the rainy season, which is particularly bad in this area as it was in history. The assault that the British had tried to do in the Germans ended up failing miserably, and they got bogged down in the mud. And this map perfectly captures that. It just looks like a gritty, terrible looking atmosphere. The sky, you know, it's just that dark, ominous look, and then you look out to the one part of the map and there's just this green cloud sort of moving in, which that's supposed to be depicting, I'm assuming, gas that would have been fired. This map is certainly my favorite anyways out of the other choosings that they gave us. It just looks beautiful too, so I don't know. I really like it. You know, it kind of looks ominous and sort of sad. It looks like your typical World War I map, which all the maps pretty much do, and it's quite nice. The only tanky you can grab is a land ship, which would be appropriate and for the time because the other tanks weren't in action at this point. But let's move on to the other 2 maps. Let's first start off with the Somme, which is set during 1916 in the Battle of the Somme when the British pushed over the river trying to take out German forces that were heavily defended there. I do not particularly like that it's in Conquest Assault because I feel like you just waste your time at the beginning of the round trying to, if you're the British at least, trying to get a hold of any objective. It just seems like it's redundant and unnecessary process that you keep going over and over and over and over again. So the map looks pretty nice. I like how it goes from the open wheat fields then to this torn up World War I battle site in France. So it looks really nice, I would say. I think they did a good job on it, besides, you know, that they kind of could have listened to the community a little more and taken the Conquest Assault game mode out and put Conquest on that map. I think it would have ended up being a little nicer. And then we move to Caporetto, a map set in late 1917 when the Germans and, well, the Austro-Hungarians, reinforced by the Germans, pushed over the Isonzo River to try and take some of the valley from the Italians who were heavily fortified there. So that map plays out okay, but not great, especially for the Austro-Hungarians trying to push down the hill. Going to the A flag is just wide open and very, I just don't like it really. I wish that they would take I wish that they would put it on normal conquest, but I doubt they'll do it, mainly because of that they don't have because of how they set up the Livens protector, the gas Verfminen. They put those specifically there so as the Austro-Hungarians push down, they can fire them down on the enemy and take them out. So I don't think they're going to end up changing the layout of that map for some time at least, so it's going to stick like that. And it's kind of annoying. I'm not a big fan of the map, you know, and still, I mean, but the Livens projector is very fun to use, I will say, you know, getting easy kills from it, definitely not bad. Let's move on to the 2 new aerial assault maps for the new game mode, Aerial Assault. In this game mode, you can jump in a plane and go into immediate dogfights against other people that are in fighters, attack planes, bombers, and planes like that. So the 2 maps are the Alps and London Calling. Now the London map, it's still a little different because in that one you have some behemoth versus behemoth combat, which is pretty cool. Also you have in that round you have one where each team gets a behemoth, and still don't know how it's decided who wins that. I just know that, you know, each team gets a behemoth. So I don't know how that one really works because I've only put a little time into it. I'm not a big fan of it. I don't really like the aerial combat that much in Battlefield 1 because I just feel like I don't mind going and like attacking infantry with an attack plane, but I don't like, you know, going up against other planes because I feel like it just ends up being a constant, you know, running around, you know, trying to chase down other planes. So I'm not that big of a fan of it, but you know, it's okay. And then with the Alps map, that one's just straight up team deathmatch, plane v plane, fighter v fighter. You can only pick up a fighter. So, you know, I just wish that on the London map, I think they could have added in a normal, you know, ground portion to the map, but they didn't, so that's just what that is. Now let's talk about the 5 new weapons that were added in the DLC. The first one is the RSC SMG, coming in its factory and optical variants. For the medic class, they got the Howl rifle in its 2 variants. For the support class, they got the LMG 0818, and in the scout class, they got the M1917 Lee Enfield infantry and the Ross Mark III marksman rifle, which was the standard issue Canadian rifle. Now, there's only one weapon in this DLC that I really, truly enjoy, and that is the Howl rifle. That is my now go-to medic rifle. I'm not the biggest fan of the rest of them. The LMG 0818 isn't bad actually, but it's not my favorite gun, certainly. I'm not the biggest fan of using it, even when it was on the CTE. I don't like the Ross rifle either, and I really don't like the Lee Enfield. I hate that gun. I can't stand the iron sights. Even with the radiums, it just looks stupid. So those rifles I really don't enjoy. The RSC SMG isn't terrible, but it's hurt by its 9-round magazine, which is just pathetic in my opinion. I don't see it as a feasible gun to use over the rest of the SMGs. It has a massive kick too on it. The recoil is pretty severe, so I'm not the biggest fan of using it either. Also in this update, the SMG 08, which used to be a very slow shooting SMG for the assault class, got a massive buff to where now it shoots at, I think it was 750 rounds a minute, which is just a crazy number for a SMG. Now it's become like people are comparing it to the Automatico or the Hellriegel, which I can't, you know, say no to that because it's a quick and it hits hard. So it is a little hard to say no to what people think about it. I don't think it's too overly powerful. I do wish that they could find a way maybe to put in like an experimental version of it and bring back the old, slower shooting version of it, because I think that would add a nice little bit of variety in the game, add in a different variant, you know, to the gun. Because Battlefield 1 has certainly been criticized for its lack of difference in guns and things like that. You know? So I wouldn't mind them doing that. Also, this DLC, I feel like it got rushed. I feel like they could have done a lot more with it, but they wanted to get it out on the due date that they set, which I think most people, at least I did from what I've seen from the community, thought that this DLC was coming out late March, and it came out in late February, so I feel like the developers rushed it by a month just to get it out when they were supposed to. So, I don't know, I think that they rushed it. I think that they could have done a lot more with it. I mean, they introduced, by doing this update, they introduced a sort of a lag issue to where when you shoot and hit someone, or you kill someone, there is a short, like, stutter in the game, where the game will stutter, and you will lose frames, like your game will sort of make a slight pause whenever you get a hit marker on an enemy, or whenever you get a kill, so it's hard to follow up shots, and it's hard to actually, you know, follow up kills, because once you kill someone, like, the frame will pause and then restart another one, so you're getting this little jumpy effect. It's worse for other people. So far I've barely noticed it, but for some people I've heard have noticed it really bad. So, you know, I think that the developers just rushed this DLC, and I think, you know, not having any like no operations in this game mode, or in this DLC, kind of sucks, because that's like the #1 game mode in Battlefield right now, is that. But like, and it's sad that they weren't able to push that out, but you know, sadly, that's what it is. Because I understand they don't tie in together, but you could do like an over-the-top operations where you could tie in 3 different stories into the end of World War I in this chaotic setting, which would have been, I think, a cool thing to do, but they didn't decide to do that, so that's what it is. Hope you guys liked this video, and until next time, this is Kazfan, signing off.